How's the music gone? The music
I
was on.
the music. I was like, man, there's a hyperspace graphic. This is cool.
Yeah, I was like, where the hell's the music gone? Like, I sorted it out earlier, but no, apparently the music's just been deleted straight off of the. Oh, that's
Disney lawyers, man. Disney lawyers. That's what it was.
Yeah, most likely.
Disney lawyers got in. They got involved. They got in somehow. It wasn't good.
No.
Someone let them in.
Well, it's not very good for our 20th show to come in and go, here we go, and no music to celebrate. No, it's just straight up, here's the hyperspace graphic.
It's a bit in Empire, man, where they're going to fire off the Falcon and it just doesn't do it.
Wah, wah, wah.
Like, I don't know how we're going to get out of this one. Never
yes.
tell me the odds.
Hello, welcome back to the Sith And Scoundrel podcast. It's just Matt and myself this evening, no test.
Old school.
Yep. Show number 20, which I think, to be honest, considering we missed a bunch, I think we're about the 1 year mark actually at this point.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Time's made up. Doesn't exist. It's like any rhythm is a myth. Cool. That'll do. My God. Hooray, we're 20.
Woo!
More of the drink. In the UK. At least, well, we've had some good news, haven't we? Like those trailers tonight. I saw a piece the other day because it's not going to be a Sith And Scoundrel episode without talking about it until it does. It was a piece about Skeleton Crew. Apparently, Skeleton Crew is still on track for this year. Yeah. Which is exciting.
Just no trailer. I mean, to be fair, it's taken a year for the Acolyte trailers to come out.
Do you know what? I like that trailer, Phil. I know we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about that lots of people hate it.
Yep, we're going to talk about that as well.
But there's a Wookiee Jedi, so I dig it.
Yeah.
That was very cool. I liked that.
Yeah. But we'll get onto that with the old... I was going to say, talk about the smuggling compartment in your name, but you've changed it to snuggle compartment.
My local group, we've got a WhatsApp group for Star Wars Unlimited.
Yeah.
And someone was talking about the smuggle mechanic, but autocorrect hit them. And now that's it. That's become the joke. It's become the bamboozle card looks like Mick Jagger.
Yep.
And that set 2 is going to have the snuggle mechanic in it. Just suddenly really wholesome.
Yeah, it's really lovely, cuddly. Yeah, so it's coming out. And to be fair, the child is in it.
The child in the snuggle compartment.
Have you had a bad day? Yes. Here, have a child in the snuggle compartment.
Do you know what? Some of those cards, you can do some wild things with it. It's great.
Oh, you can.
Then the DL44 in the... Putting the DL44 in your resources to smuggle it out in like a Vader deck.
Yeah.
You could bring out Palpatine and you could do that meme, which is like, call an ambulance. Not for me.
Yeah. Oh, dear. Somehow Palpatine has returned.
Somehow Palpatine's got a blaster. DL44, which Gary sends me the screenshot, has just said, they got Han really wrong. No, he's got a really classy pinky finger out on the hilt. I was like, this is great. Oh my God, that too. Yeah, so we'll do some limited chat and Tales of the Empire. That'd be exciting. Yeah, sounds good. So where do you want to start?
Well, let's start as we were chatting beforehand. Let's go into Unlimited because there's a bunch of cool stuff. So they revealed, obviously, a couple of weeks back, we had a little bit more of the Set to announce. So a lot with Mando, the child, some of the artwork.
I think last episode we did. You hadn't played it yet.
I hadn't. No, I was going to hopefully try it when I'm out to Adepticon.
Yeah. So you've obviously played it now. So thoughts?
I love it. It's fun. So I hadn't tried it before I went to Adepticon, and a couple of mates of mine, we were all chatting about it before we went out there. We all kind of bought the starter deck so we could have something to try when we got out there. So when we sat at the hotel, we could sit and play, and end up playing about 20, 30 games as I was out there. Like,
wow. Okay.
What are we going to do? Have a drink and play Unlimited? Yeah, sounds about right. So yeah, that's basically just what we.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And my initial thoughts were, so I played Magic for a while. I know it's got some similar style mechanics. I'll probably pick it up fairly easily, but see how we go. And I got a few of the rules wrong when I was just having a little perusal, like in terms of how the resourcing works and how drawing works. But as soon as I kind of got it down as to how it all went down, was like, okay, this is fairly simple, fairly straightforward. It's not too. Then as soon as I started playing it, I got into it more. Actually, this is quite fun, and it's quite. What I've found so far, it's quite themey. A lot of the stuff you can do if you want to go down that road. So, for example, as you know, I've built a Thrawn deck. Well, I've got 3 copies of Chimera in there. I've got the 7th Fleet TIE Defender, which is all kind of Thrawn's shtick. You've got obviously Rook in there. So if you want to go down the green route, you can add Rook and have that kind of stuff to it as well. Vader. Yeah, you got the Imperial side of things. You've got like all the Star Destroyers, as you said, you've got all of them earlier. Avenger.
I've got all the Star Destroyers now, yeah.
Stupid
all
one.
Avenger on Saturday.
Yeah. So you've got all that kind of stuff. You want to go down the Rebels route for Spectre, you can have literally the entire Ghost crew plus the Ghost.
If you want to play a not very good deck.
That's not the point. It's more that if you want to lean down the theme route, you can. But yes, I have noticed it's not particularly strong per se. But
it's what Tess wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because she's a really big fan of Rebels. And when we eventually got our hands on the Hera card, I think in the second pre-release we did.
Yeah.
And it's like, we got Hera. What does she do? Nothing.
Yeah.
That's the really, like, she's the weakest leader because her ability is just to not pay the aspect costs on Spectres, but everyone else does something that affects the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ezra and Kanan, especially, I've found to be particularly strong in a Jedi themed deck. Like, if you're playing Luke with Obi-Wan, Ezra, Kanan, it can ramp quite quickly and be quite oppressive.
Ezra is in my hand deck.
Mm.
He's very useful. That deck burns through cards so quickly. It's got 3 copies of U-Wing reinforcement in there. Yeah. So it burns through cards so quickly and I find in most Star Wars Unlimited decks, and it's unlike any other TCG I've really played.
Yeah.
In that, looking at the top card and putting it on the bottom is as effective as drawing a card.
Yeah.
When you can really start, Ezra's great. I mean, the hand deck, getting Ezra out turn 1 to have a 3/4 on the table is insane. It's hard to deal with straight away. So yeah, no, Ezra, they're great in the sum of their parts. Zeb's amazing.
Yes.
Zeb is an incredible card as well.
Sabine aggro is also quite hard to deal with.
Well, the Sabine leader is obviously one of the top tier decks. I think that's the downside of what I'm seeing with the game at the moment. Which there's 16 leaders, and you're only really seeing Boba, Leia, Vader, Grand Inquisitor, Iden. You're only really seeing 6, maybe, of the leaders. Like, I've not seen anyone. I mean, there's a very localized small data, obviously, but I've not seen anyone using Cassian, Jyn, Hera, Palpatine, IG.
Yep.
No one's using IG.
No.
But the designer commentary said the other week they did a video and they were like, "Oh no, IG is going to be really good in set 3."
Yeah.
So they are future proofing this game. They're like, "No, set 3, IG is going to be good."
Well, it's FFG. FFG I trust when it comes to actual forethought, unlike AMG, just burn in a pit. But FFG know what they're doing. And FFG do tend to plan it. And the fact that we can buy into this game, one of the reasons why I like buying into it in the first place is when you were talking to me about it, you said, look, they have actually got, 9 sets already planned in the pipeline?
9 sets in the pipeline, yeah.
So that's forethought for quite a lot. That's 3 years worth of sets. Because we've got, 3 sets per year.
I think what they're
looking at it so far
doing is it is 3 sets a year. So of course we've got all the set 2 previews going up now. That's due in June, July. I mean, I guess that's the kind of sad counterpoint is I was trying to set out to play every leader. And I'm going to really run out of time to do that quite quickly because the store showdowns and stuff coming up now, I need to be not playing a different deck every week.
Yeah.
So there's a fortnight with the hand deck and it's so much fun. It's so quick. It's so much fun. But it's also, if you don't get what you want, it throws you off. So like I said to you earlier, I got the Iden deck geared up. I mean, the group we play it with, it's a good group. We got someone running a Vader deck and he's only running Vader. And he does really scary things with Vader. He will flip Vader over, attach Vader's lightsaber to him and just wail on everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, when I played at Milo called the gaming den at the weekend, and the only round I lost was to Vader, who won the whole thing because he beat me. We were both 2-0 going into that last round. His Vader deck, it's terrifying.
It's what I'm saying to people that are picking up the game. I'm like, look, the Vader starter deck is so good. It's such a strong. I've not played with it yet, but it's such a strong deck that you could just buy it out the pack. And
I've tinkered with mine. I absolutely love it. I've taken it apart for the moment to build it for Twin Suns. So it's Vader Palpatine for Twin Suns, which has been. I'm looking forward to giving that a go because I've got Thrawn for my main deck for just standard play, and then Twin Suns is interesting because Twin Suns obviously is like Commander says, one of each card. So as you're saying, you have to think carefully about resourcing management.
I did the Twin Suns event a couple of weeks ago, and I won it, which was amazing. And I went with Han and Chewie because what else are you going to do? You got to go themey, right? And the deck it was such a themey, narrative, fluffy deck, and I was like, the only cards I'm going to put in it are the people they meet in the original trilogy. That's So Mon Mothma, Akbar, Luke, Leia, RT3, the whole cast of the original trilogy, really. And I managed to I sent you a picture of it, Chewie, Lando, and Han out together. Which just made me really, really excited. But then I realized in a format where you've got one of every card, that when Han's flipped and he attacks, you put the top card of your deck into your resources.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly burning through this deck. I'm like, oh, there's the Millennium Falcon. Oh, no, there's
when you've only got 30 to 25 to 30 on the base to chew through, it's okay. When you've got another 25 and 30 sat next to you going, that's 4, okay, so you're up to 3 to burn through. That's up to 90 on a base to deal with. It's because you get the additional actions as well, and you kind of let everyone else pick at each other. It's an interesting format. It's very difficult working out what to resource. It was quite tricky. So, having that card that lets you take things out your discard pile back in your hand and stuff, it's going to be great. But it's what we're kind of finding with those designers' commentaries is they're really going forwards and they're saying this is what's coming next, and this is designed to work further down the line. Like Han at the moment, Han's quite good at the moment. The whole Casino Han thing's very fun. I don't know if you've seen that deck archetype yet or had much experience with Han. No. So Han's thing is for an action. You can put a card in your hand and play as a resource, and at the end of the turn, defeat a resource you control. Yeah.
So this is how my Han deck gets to 7 cost cards. Because what you do, you go turn 1, 2 cards. Oh, I've got resupply, 3 energy. Oh no, you tap Han. Put a card from my hand as a resource. I've got 3 energy. Tap it, put in resource. Turn 2, discard 1 of the energy. By turn 3, you can get up to 6, flip Han over, attack with Han to get to 7. Yep. Because on the flip side, when he attacks, you put a card. You just put the top card of your deck in.
Yeah.
So you only get to 7 by turn 3. You can go U-wing reinforcement or the ambush unit Han, whatever.
Yeah. Or Millennium Falcon. I'm just gonna have the Falcon on board and just go and wreck you.
I'm so happy I've got 3 of that card. I've had to beg, borrow, and steal for that card, man. It's been ridiculous, but I've got 3 now.
That's very themey in by itself.
Yeah, no, I think I had someone that was after a couple of copies of Bombing Run.
Yep.
And I was like, I have 2 spare. I will trade you 2 Bombing Runs for a Falcon. Because I had 1 already. I got 1 at pre-release.
Yeah.
So I traded 2 out for the second Falcon. And then for the third Falcon, because at the end of the Twin Suns event, he pulled a Falcon in the booster. The foil one. I was like, I want that one too. What do you want for it? And he's like, well, you've already given me your Bombing Runs. I was like, I'll pay for your ticket for today.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, all right, deal. And I was like,
because when I played at the event the weekend, a mate of mine was sat next to me, and as we were getting our participation boosters handed out to us, he got his just before I got mine, and he pulled a foil hyperspace bobber out of it. I'm like, damn it.
I was quite lucky. Not Wednesday, just gone last Wednesday. Got up to second with the Han deck. Got my boosters for coming second, and that's where I pulled the Vader unit. I was like, let's go. And that was very cool. So, yeah, Han deck, but Han's a really good example because right now what he's good at doing is ramping. That's the only thing he really does right now is he ramps. But with the smuggle mechanic coming in, this is, you can see Han was built for set 2 because now you get to go, here's my hand with the smuggle mechanic. I'm going to put the smuggle card in my resources and defeat a different resource.
Yep.
So that's what Han was built to do, but we just didn't know the mechanic was there. So things like, I don't know if Hera's going to get better further down the line because all the Spectre cards are in this set. Tarkin's great. He's solid.
Yep.
Super solid. Jin and Cassian might get better. So yeah, like the future proofing's there. There's a lot of, this doesn't seem good now, but trust me, in a year's time, it's going to be amazing.
I'll just wait to see what Dr. Aphra is or what she does.
I'm interested to see who the leaders are in the next set.
Yep.
Because obviously we've seen the artwork for Cad Bane.
Yep.
For Aphra. And Bad Batch.
Yep, and the Bad Batch.
And we've got the Bad Batch stuff, and Crosshair is a villain card. Doesn't surprise me. He's kind of cool. He gets a free action where he gets to up his own. Oh, he gets a paid action where he doesn't tap to up his own attacks and stuff. So he's great. He's great. So see, set 2 is obviously based more around the outer rim.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for a Hondo leader.
Yep.
At the moment, like real bad want a Hondo.
Yep.
And I was talking to Gary about it. Like they've shown Mando and Gideon, and that's great. Really, really hoping for a Jabba leader. I really want a Jabba leader in this set, or get some more hot cartel action going on.
Yeah.
Get some hot action going on. It'd be great. But anyway, so you're enjoying it. That's the important thing. Like
I am. I'm absolutely loving it. I mean, I wasn't expecting to put too much into it, but especially with the way X-Wing's looking, it's like I need something else to kind of to do, and it's been a lot of fun. I wasn't expecting to. I didn't go into it with high expectations. It was more of a I'm gonna take as it comes, give it a go. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. That's with TCGs especially, it can get fairly expensive when you're starting to play higher level events because you need 3 of the best card and you need usually 2 or 3 different styles or whatever. But it is so much fun, and it's so I've been playing Thrawn, and I quite like. He's very annoying to people because obviously you can sort of go, "Oh, I know the top card of your deck and top card of my deck every single turn. I can show you what's coming, or I can just show you what you've got coming." But I know what you've got in your hand, and the amount of mechanics you can have going off of that. So if they keep up this level of like theme to it, because what I don't like really the only one thing I don't like is the fact that you can have in an Imperial deck, you can have Base Malbus and go, cool, yeah, I've got this Rebel card sat in the middle of my Imperial deck. It's like, doesn't feel a bit annoying where it's like, okay, you can mix and match, or not a bit too much, but it's like, okay, it kind of takes away some of that thematic aspect, which I'm playing the game partly for that because I like the themey style. So I don't have anything in my Thrawn deck at the moment that's particularly out there, but it's some of the bit you can quite easily, like I've seen people have, like in the Grand Inquisitor deck, they've got the Sabine unit card.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand it. I'm not a fan of it, but I understand it because it works really well together.
I don't like it,
but I agree with it.
But I agree with it. Yeah, I mean there is the element, but there's a fine line they're having to meet with this game, and they did a designer's commentary 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was on Twitter, it might have been a Twitter thread, or an X thread, sorry, but it was a thread from the designers, and they were talking about the Force Lightning card.
Yeah.
And this is what I found really interesting, is that they were sat with the Force Lightning. They were like, think about the films. No one ever dies from Force Lightning. It's always used as like a suppression tool.
Yeah.
So that's why the card's like, do 6 damage as you want.
Yeah.
Kind of across everywhere.
Yeah.
Because then this designer's challenge has been like, Palpatine never kills anyone with Force Lightning.
No. Although what I do like is using Palpatine against Luke decks. Go, oh, I've got shields and everything. Pig off, pig off, pig off, pig off, pig off, pig off. Excellent. There you go. No shields for you.
But he's such a late game card. Like you play a Han deck, you're not getting him out.
No.
You're done by the time you've hit 6 resource.
Yeah.
I think I played a deck with that. Got really annoyed. It wasn't the night with the Han deck. Was it the night? It might have been the Han deck. It might have been the first week with the Han deck. So I did 2 weeks with that. We do 1 round events. We go 25 minutes 1 round just to get it like done within like 2 hours or whatever. And the guy I played, we played. I was playing a Sabine aggro deck, and the game we were genuinely done in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, let's go again. And we ended up playing 3 games, and I got him twice, but not the one that mattered, because you've just got to go faster. So the game's quite quick as well, which is nice. So yeah, there's the meeting point. And there's the meeting point in the middle of they've got to be like, this is themey. Palpatine never kills anyone with lightning, so the
but you've got to be able
that.
to actually do the damage. Like, I quite like Entrenched for that. The +3/+3, but you can't attack a base. Although I played against Biden a couple of times, and my mate kept doing that to me. He was like, "Oh, here's my 80/80 suppressor. Excellent. Entrenched. Oh, for crying out loud. So I can kill you for lethal here, but I can't because I can't attack your base." Although
Traitorous is very good as well. I've got a lovely foil version of that.
It is the Pirates Starfighter. So I go, "Oh, look, I'm just going to return it to my hand so I can bring it back next time without the Entrenched."
Yeah. That again, like, there's so much you can pull off. So I can understand like why Baze isn't a hero aspect card.
No,
because the blue spread would be quite weak for villainy at that point.
Yeah, but on top of that, though, he's also, even as a character, he's not really a hero per se. He kind of becomes one at the end, but for the most part, he's just kind of a mercenary tagged on for the ride in a way of just like, I don't like what they're doing here. I don't really care for you guys. I just don't like what they're doing to Jeddah. So there's that kind of aspect to it, but that's the one thing I did. That's one thing I did take me a little while to work out was the aspects. In terms of the hero and the villainy side, going, okay, but the main aspect is blue, but you can use it, but you got to pay the tax and things. As soon as I worked that out, mechanics, okay, this makes sense. But it was working out just kind of the nuances it per se, because it was confusing where you'd have 2 aspects on one card, but because it was that different color, you couldn't quite use it as I thought. Yeah. But luckily,
your standard deck, you can get 3 aspects in it.
Yeah, that's usually all you need. Running 5 colors, it's not like Magic where you can go, cool, I've got everything under the sun, but also you're not running half your deck being land in this instance. You're going, I've got things like the Super Laser Technician, which is just
the Death Star DJ.
Yeah, which is just an awesome card. You go, look, I've got this little 3/3 here. Can I do anything? No, cool. I'm just gonna kill it off on purpose, use it as a resource, and then I've got ramp, and it's just like, oh.
I used to run that because I've changed the hand deck up a couple of times, but I used to have 3. So the hand deck's very good. There's a card called U-Wing Reinforcement. I don't know if you've come across it yet, where you look at the top 10 cards of your deck, and you can play, I think, 3 of them for free up to a cost of 7, or up to 3 of those card units for free up to a cost of 7. That ignores aspects.
Yeah, it's the Rebel version of Vader, basically.
Yeah, except it's not a unit in and of itself. It's an event. No. And the amount of times I use it to be able to pull out Count Dooku, I'd be like, surprise, Christopher Lee! Because they ignored the aspects. It was a green-yellow deck. It didn't have any blue in it, so no one expects Christopher Lee to suddenly appear.
Yeah.
That was great. But that had the Death Star Laser Technician in it as well, because I could drop them out of U-Wing Reinforcement. And, it was kind of useful because, having some off tilt cards is good. If you pull them out, it's an easy resource.
Yeah.
The point. So, I mean, there's a lot of tactical depth to the game. There's a lot of tactical depth. And I'm very much looking forward to set 2.
Yeah.
They're showing a lot now, like the Pursuit Craft, which you mentioned earlier, like Asajj's ship. That's got a smuggle on it.
Yep.
I think Gideon looks solid. I think Moff Gideon looks great. But there's also an element of like trying to future-proof now and trying to anticipate what's going to be good in the next set, which kind of touched on earlier. I went and bought another 2 Electro Staffs because Mando works really well off of upgrades. I was like, Electro Staff is not an upgrade you're seeing a lot of at the moment, so investing in it now because it's quite good.
Oh yeah, no, Mando's gonna be kind of your Voltron style, just upgrade the hell out of him, swing for big damage. But again, with the smuggle compartment, that's the fun part. You go, oh look, don't have any upgrades at the moment. Oh look, yes I do. Just use it as and when you need to.
I mean, that's the other side of it, isn't it? Is you're going to have that mechanic. How often is it going to play into things? Well, we'll see. It's There's that one card they showed, and it's got that bounty hunter I really like, but can never remember the name of, with the massive hat.
Not
Cad Bane.
no. Embo.
He's on that card where you pay 1 to give one of your units ambush.
Yeah.
They can have like ambushing Palpatine.
Yeah.
No,
Palpatine. Ambushing Mace Windu.
Ambushing Mace Windu is a horrific prospect.
Yep.
But it's costing you 1 to do the energy conversion lab thing. So you're gonna now see less. Like, I'm still not fully sold.
Genuine question for you: how do you feel about the 25 bases? Because I found they're quite squishy. That 5 health actually has meant a lot in games I've played against.
We were both coming to the same point then. That was amazing. Because I was about to be like, I'm not totally sold on the 25 health bases. That was amazing. That was almost scripted. Yeah, I'm not sold on them yet. Like, Energy Conversion Lab is incredible with the right thing.
Energy
being
conversion.
able to bring something in and ambush it. Like, I've not used him yet, but got a playset of Rourke.
Yes.
And being able to ambush him in is scary. In a Sabine thing, it's really important with a guerrilla attack pod to be able to bring that in and stuff.
It helps also get around things like the super laser blast, which is like, oh, I've wiped the board. Yeah, no, you haven't.
Yeah, that's another one. I've not used Jedi yet.
No.
I've used Energy Conversion Lab a couple of times and just end up going back to a 30 health base.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I don't go back to a 30 health base because I didn't really feel
the other thing that I really like about this game. There's no counters. There's no, oh, you've played this, yeah, sure, I'm playing blue, I'm just going to counter it and stop you doing what you want to do.
I mean, there is,
but it's not the full-on I just stop it before you've even had a chance to resolve it.
Yeah, don't let a blue deck ever sit on 4 resource because they're just going to use takedown.
Yes. I've got 3 copies coming for a reason.
Yeah, it's also the Store Showdown participation card as well.
Ooh,
is a nice version. I think the Store Showdown participation card is a hyperspace takedown. I think is the art different? I'm not sure. Top eight get an alternate art Mace Windu.
Oh, cool.
And then I think it's top eight get 1 Mace Windu, top 4 get 2 Mace Windus, and then it's stacked. Basically, if you win a Store Showdown, you end up with 4 of these Mace Windus.
Nice.
Which is kind of cool. So take down the participation card for that. Yeah, I don't know. My Iden deck's got Arkintown as the attached location. I've not played it yet, but her whole thing is restoring. Her whole thing's healing a base, so it may not be too bad.
No.
So that, I'm not properly sold on them yet. I need to play around with them a bit more and see what I think. I've just
it works well with Iden because Iden's whole thing is healing bases. So you can protect. I played 2 games the other night. I got my opponent down to. This is just on a standard base, mind you. 29 damage and 26 damage, and I lost both games because he healed back up.
Yeah. Because I did it in pre-release, dude. I managed to get Yoda stacked with like 8 shields on him in a Chewie pre-release deck.
Yeah.
And then gave Yoda, and he's got like Restore 3 or whatever. And Yoda was doing Yoda things, and he was great.
But this is the other nice thing, though, for the very first set of the game to be this kind of so toolboxy, so you can build different flavors already.
Yeah.
Nice. I like the fact that they're doing obviously the starter decks per rotation as well, so you got something to build off before you even started. But if you buy, so I haven't bought a booster box yet. I want to. It's a bit of money of trying to just work out if I can afford something or whatever. But even with the packs I have bought, I've spent less than £30 building my Thrawn deck, and that's the other thing compared to other formats already is the fact that these cards haven't, like Lorcana, for example. I know some of them out the box were going for silly money, but the cards you wanted to use, you couldn't really build a deck for less than 50, 60, whereas my Thrawn deck is built for less than £30.
I think I mean, a lot of what's driving the price at the moment is the scarcity of the product.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen the Fantasy Flight video, like the head of marketing is sat there and he's just like, look, they had the Star Wars Unlimited so far, they have outsold the entire first year of Star Wars Destiny.
Yeah.
And they were not anticipating it to happen.
No.
So they are now like limiting stock. They've got a thing in place for stores to limit stock so that they have enough stock to run events, but that everyone gets like a fair spread. When set 2 is going to hit, there's going to be a reprint of set 1 around Christmas time.
Yeah.
So that obviously drives the price.
Had to go and raid Waterstones with their stock to be able to run the event.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Is I mean that's the thing what you have to do sometimes. But that's the reason why the legendary Lukes are going to $110 each now, and because there's a lot of scarcity with the product. Yes, they ran the massive Twickenham event where they ended up giving away like 350 booster boxes or something.
Yeah,
which is kind of dumb. But again, I understand why they did it. It's a new game, so that they are learning from it as well. Set 2, they're going to have more product available. I threw that away. That was a tape measure. Yeah, set 2, there's going to be more products. So there'll be more you can get your hands on. And then there'll be a reprint of set 1. So, yeah, there is an element of the prices are good. I mean, I picked up another couple of Javas on eBay. They're like £1.50 each.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee he's going to be great in the next set.
Yeah, and I've got 3 copies of Takedown, 3 copies of No Good to Be Dead arriving for £1.85, including postage.
Yeah, so a lot of the lower tier cards. Vader, he's great. He's always going to be expensive. Luke, he's great. He's going to be expensive. But even Millennium Falcons are sat around £15 each, which actually isn't awful.
No, it's not horrific at all. But it's nice. There's a lot of cool stuff that's coming. There's a lot of cool stuff to come, and especially, the Dr. Afro Matt I want. I just need that.
Well, they've not shown an Afro Matt.
Well, it's the Afro Cad Bane and
So that's just a placeholder logo for the set. They've shown the mats they're doing.
That's a Matt as well.
Is it because the mats they've shown are the Rancor?
Yeah,
and Din Djarin and Grogu, which is kind of cool.
So as soon as my local gets it, they probably only get one of each. But we already said to them, like, just you put that aside as soon as it comes in. I'll have that. That's
like, and this is what is Afra going to be a leader card?
I hope so,
because that would be
great. To be a unit.
She is probably more likely to be a unit, but then
I
again,
think that you might get Afra leader with BT1 and 000 units.
This is what I mean, because having Jin and Cassian as leaders, different things, right? So maybe we'll see.
Nuts though. K2SO is a very good card.
K2SO is a very, very good card. I think I've got 4 of him now.
I haven't got one yet.
Great. But I've got a playset of Chopper now as well, which I'm really happy about. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to Gary about if they use the same template as this set, there's going to be 16 new leaders.
Yeah.
And we've seen 2 of them. So it was 3 for every color. I think it was 3 for every color.
It's 3 for every color plus 1. I can't remember what the additional one is.
Are there 2 yellow? No, the Jin Erso is the 3rd yellow. Sorry. Yeah. Han, Jin, and Thrawn are the yellows.
Yes.
So 60 new leaders based around the outer rim. We know we've got Gideon and Din.
Yeah.
Is the Armorer going to be a leader?
I don't know. She could be. Is Bo-Katan going to be a leader though? Bo-Katan.
I guarantee Bo-Katan will be a leader.
Yeah.
He'd probably be a blue leader as well.
Card will be coming. You can guarantee that.
What's that?
Darksaber upgrade card. That'll be coming.
Darksaber upgrade card. Yeah. I'm expecting. What am I expecting? God, I want a Hondo leader, which we spoke about earlier. But a Darth Maul leader.
Darth Maul leader would be good. Also, you can have it to be Crimson Dawn Darth Maul. So you can have that. You could also have. We don't got the Bad Batch coming. Rex, Cody.
Oh, come on, Hunter. Got to be a Hunter leader.
Yep. Oh, yeah, for sure. But again, go down the clone route. Rex and Cody would also be good leaders for that.
I could see Rex and Cody being leaders in a Clone Wars set. So we were talking about this the other night. We were like, at some point, they're going to move on to doing the Clone Wars. It's inevitable.
Yes.
And we were just like, the starter set has to be Grievous and Obi-Wan.
Yep. Called Hello There.
Called Hello There. And the battle droids could be like tokens.
Yeah.
Like a swarm mechanic. Well, like, that'd be amazing. But that's where you'd want like the Rex leader.
Yes.
And the Cody leader and stuff. That'd be sick. So there's loads they could do. Like I want a Jabba leader. Like really want a Jabba leader in the next set. I think that'd be great.
I'm going to be terrified if they end up doing like a High Republic set because I'm going to have to buy so much.
This is it, Phil. I think they will.
Yep.
I really think they will do a High Republic set because they've got 9 sets planned.
Yep.
And they've not
also got the Acolyte coming out.
Yeah, we've got the Acolyte coming out, which can lead us on to nicely done. Yeah, they could easily do it, man. Like they've barely touched on the prequels or sequels. There's there's Black One, which Tessa's got 2 of randomly, but they got Black One. Yeah, she pulled it in the pre-release before we knew what anything was worth or whatever. She's got a hyperspace foil one.
Ooh.
And it was sat in a deck box, and it's like bent slightly, and I'm like, get it in a binder now.
Yep.
So we've got Black One, and there's the aggression card that's got Kylo Ren on it.
Yes.
And we've got Count Dooku.
But then you'll have Hux, you'll have Kylo Ren, you'll have Snoke, you'll have Palpatine, because somehow Palpatine returned. You'll have Rey, you'll have Leia, you'll have Akbar. Also, there's gonna be a bunch. You'll hold Obi-Wan.
Maz. Give me a Maz card. I'd love it.
Oh hell yeah!
And the tech box could just be question mark because no one knows what she is.
Give me Dexter.
Dexter, yeah, that would be cool.
He's in the High Republic. It's awesome. Like seeing him again, it's like it's Dex. It's cool.
Yeah, old Luke would be great.
I've got Krell. That's another card I've got. It's General Krell, who I've not seen much of, but he is badass.
So, I've been going through Clone Wars with Tess. This is such a sweet story, and she's gonna kill me for saying this on this. But when we were in the pre-release, we were putting out the cards. I pulled a General Krell, and she was like, "Oh my god, I love him! Like he's great!" And all this. I was like, "Really?"
Umbara. Just watch Umbara.
Well, this is it. So she was like, "Oh no, he's great! I really like him and everything." So we're going through Clone Wars, and we got to Umbara, and it's my favorite Clone Wars.
Yeah.
My very favorite part of Clone Wars.
So good.
And I was like, we have to sit and watch all of these episodes in one hit.
Yes, 100%.
Like we just have to.
When Matt and I do that, I will make sure we do the same because it has to be done in one go.
Yeah. It should have just been a mini movie, and it was just like we have to. It's my favorite thing in Clone Wars. We have to watch it all in one hit. And she was like, "Oh, General Crow, he's really great and everything." And she was like, "No, he's not.
No,
he's not good." So and I was just like, "But you said you really liked him." She's like, "That's not the one I thought it was." So I pulled up Dax from episode 2. She was like, "No, that's the one I like."
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was so sweet. She thought she pulled a card of like the diner owner from episode 2.
I was like, who's in the High Republic?
I love him. He's great.
But speaking of
the High Republic,
the Acolyte, because I want to talk about the Acolyte trailer.
Yeah, but is Maz in the High Republic?
Maz is in the High Republic, yes.
Why?
Why?
It just makes me so happy because I really like her as a character.
There's a Jedi Temple on Tekodana.
But how did she get the lightsaber?
That's a good story for another time.
Do you actually find out at any point, though?
No, because this is set long before that.
No, but I mean, even in the comic books and stuff.
No, not that I know of yet.
Not that we know of yet. Okay. The Acolyte trailer. People hate it.
They do, and I don't understand why.
I don't know why. There's a Wookiee Jedi.
So it's breaking records for the wrong reasons in some regards and right reasons in others. So it's been one of the most watched. On the day of release, it was the most watched trailer in Star Wars history. And it
was it really?
Yes.
But I thought Rogue One would have been.
No, this was higher. But
wow,
600 and something thousand dislikes. And a lot of the comments I've been seeing about it have all been centered around the director, the showrunner, the writers and a lot of the what people are calling woke culture that's involved in pandering towards female leads, and I don't understand a single kind of bit why. A lot of it's like, oh, if you're a true Star Wars fan, you won't be watching this. I'm like,
Who's the director?
I can't remember her name off the top of my head. Let me just bring it back up. I had it up earlier, actually.
You know what is really worth watching, by the way? A complete side tangent. Why I do this? That new Fallout series on Amazon.
Oh, we will be watching that once we finish up Supernatural. We will be watching Fallout.
It's amazing. It's so critically acclaimed right now. It's on like 96% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Yeah,
incredible. This is a side tangent. Great.
Leslie Headland. She's the showrunner on Acolyte.
I don't know what else has she done. I don't know the name.
Yeah. So what other things has she done?
A Poogle is when Phil Googles things. A Poogle?
Yep. So directed on Blunt Talk, Heather's, Black Monday, Almost Family, Russian Doll.
Heather's. Okay, I've heard of that. All right. Okay. And people don't like that.
No, people don't like that at all.
But bro, like, I'm not being funny. James Wan did that first Aquaman film.
Yeah.
The man who did Saw.
Yep.
Had the first DC movie to gross $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Interesting. Well, dude,
but
Star Wars fans hate Star Wars fans. You know what I mean?
They do. And I'm looking forward to it, partly because Carrie-Anne Moss doing Carrie-Anne Moss things as like Jedi Trinity is just going to be awesome anyway.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
So it then comes back to you and I's different philosophies and different reasons why we like Star Wars. My whole thing has always been the Jedi Knights, the Arthurian side of it, Space Wizards. This for me is perfect because it's just Jedi. It's just all of the Jedi all the time. And
you can do that, Phil. I'll just play Outer Worlds. Happy compromise.
Yeah, but there's a lot to it because this is set 150 years before the Phantom Menace.
Okay.
So there's no characters that are going to have the crossovers. The first time on screen, you're going to see anything that stretches further back than, Episode 1. And the amount of scope, because the other thing is, though, a lot of people look at it and go, well, this isn't the Star Wars that I know. I'm like, well, that's kind of half the point. Yeah. It's telling a brand new story in a brand new setting that if you're not like me and haven't read the books and the comics, you're not going to know about this side of Star Wars. You're not going to know this world at all, really, apart from, from what you've seen in clips here and there from, them talking about the old Jedi Order. You're not going to really know a huge amount. So this is a completely fresh aspect.
Okay.
And that's kind of the nice thing is that it's a story that we haven't heard before. It's not regurgitated. There's no kind of, they're retelling something that we've seen 1,000 times. It's a completely new look on Star Wars, and it's a fresh story. And a lot of people don't like, although they want something different, they also then complain that it's different.
I think there's an element that is it that people have done with Star Wars?
There's a little element of that. There's always going to be a little element of that.
Because I don't know, man. Because people go nuts for the Mandalorian, and people just wanting more Mando and interesting. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like really talking trash about it, and it's kind of difficult to be talking trash about it when we've not seen it yet.
No.
It could be incredible. I don't know. We don't know. It could be awful.
It could be.
There's every chance, but like we need to be giving it a shot because.
But Wookiee Jedi.
But this is what I mean. Like I don't care about the Jedi, not really. Argue religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blaster at your side, kid. But smooth. I get that in my snuggle compartment. I think that's the element of. I don't care about those things with the universe, but I was watching the trailer and I was like, oh, it's a Wookiee Jedi. That's cool. Oh, there's a red lightsaber. What's that about? And all those kind of things.
No idea what that's about. So that's the interesting thing. When I saw the trailer last year at Celebration, There was none of that.
Really? It's a different trailer.
It's the same trailer, but they've added in the red lightsaber aspects to it.
So it could be about the first Sith then. Like,
it's not the first
possibly.
Sith, but it's going to be, because the Sith have been around for thousands of years. When you get the Dawn of the Jedi, that's when you'll get Dawn of the Sith as well at the same time. It's going to be that kind of, as soon as the Force is awakened, pun fully intended, for the Dawn of the Jedi, which was 25,000 years ago, you'll get the light side and the dark side being discovered.
I think it's interesting. Like, Filoni's getting a lot of hate for this. That's what I've seen online. I've seen a lot of people being like, "Oh, he's going to put Ahsoka in somewhere," and that's the hate. It's very strange, in that what I've been seeing online is a backlash towards Filoni.
Yep.
Now, here at Sith and Scoundrel, we believe that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau can do no wrong.
Yep.
They're gods among men. We don't deserve them. I mean, so it's very interesting to see people. Huh?
Clone Wars, Rebels, Bad Batch, Mando. There is
Ahsoka. I really liked Ahsoka.
Same. And so much is done right. I don't get the hate either.
No, I don't. So people are choosing the acolyte as the hill to die on. It feels very strange to me. Because the man, Filoni's probably not really going to have a lot to deal with it, man, because he's probably doing stuff like The Mandalorian and Grogu and Rey's New Jedi Order and the big things that are coming.
Yeah.
And giving Patty Jenkins a Rogue Squadron series back. That'd be great. That would have been awesome. Anyway. Acolyte. If someone doesn't care about Jedi, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Thought Wookiee Jedi was cool. Like I said, it's an area of space and time that I'm not overly familiar with, say, from reading the first half of the High Republic book.
Yeah.
My concern is that it won't feel like Star Wars because it's going to be so different in its time. Because it's going to be crusading Arthurian knights with laser swords.
Yeah.
It's not going to feel like the inside of the Millennium Falcon or Stormtroopers, or you know what I mean. But then again, Andor didn't feel that way either. So
no, but you need to have depth to.
You need to go into it with an open mind, dude. Like we're living in an age of space and time. That if you told me 30 years ago that we were going to see Baby Yoda,
I'd
have been like, there's no way.
Well, you and I. Obviously, and Tessa will remember a time when there was just 3 Star Wars films. And that was it. The books we had were all over the shop because it was just people writing their own different versions of, of fan fiction. We'd have one that had 9 different clones of Palpatine. You had one that had Luke turning to the dark side, another one where he didn't turn to the dark side, but he had a clone who did, and there's all sorts.
You had the Bounty Hunter Wars. You had the Corellian trilogy. We went to this big vintage market a couple of weeks ago with my mum. Ended up a bit of a score as a side tangent. They had a cabinet with vintage Star Wars in. I picked up a Kenner Weequay from Return of the Jedi and a Kenner Bespin Han.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're £6 each. But I've now realised that I'm in love with the old Kenner figures as long as they're not pristine and brand new and look knackered.
I have an old school R2D2 and 3PO.
Yeah. So the point is, someone set me a challenge on a vintage Star Wars toy collecting group, being like, you have to pick up the whole set for under £10 each. And I'm like, game on.
Do it. That's amazing.
So the Weequay and Han, they're on my shelf behind me. They're very cool. But we were going through the books upstairs, and they had the Han Solo Corellian trilogy in there, but they had the Lando adventures as well.
Yeah.
So it's that era, right? It's that era. Yeah. They had the Bounty Hunter Wars, which was the introduction of Prince Izor.
Yeah.
That's the book where Dengar finds Boba Fett and pulls him out of the Sarlacc. And you're right. There was the Mara Jade stuff. There was the original Thrawn trilogy. So that's the world we very much came from. You're right. A lot of what was Star Wars for us when there was 3 films was fan fiction.
Yeah. And now we have a similar thing where they've gone with Thrawn, actually a very good example of that. The Timothy Zahn books are one of the most lauded of the old school stuff.
Yes, they are, yeah.
They went to bring Thrawn back. They went to Timothy Zahn and got him to write the books for him. Alongside them bringing him into Rebels, they went, we want you to do a new trilogy. And the trilogy was so successful, they did a second one. And hopefully there's a third one in the works alongside what we've already got. And it was,
And I mean,
they've taken a lot of aspects from it.
speaking of Thrawn, seeing him in Tales of the Empire is going to be amazing.
Right?
Seamless!
Seamless.
God, we're on fire tonight, bro. This is great.
Oh, Tales of the Empire, like again, those trailers. I mean, to be fair,
you know what made my jaw hit the floor was that we just thought it was going to be Tales of the Jedi Season 2.
Yeah, and that's what we got told at Celebration last year.
Yeah, like, well, maybe it'll be like Mace Windu, that'll be cool, or like stories on young. No, it's Thrawn and that Night Sister woman.
Barriss Offee.
Yeah.
So Barriss is an Inquisitor. What was your exact message to me? Like, apparently so.
Barriss is an Inquisitor. That is totally going to be a showdown between Barriss and Ahsoka.
No. It'll be Barriss and Luminara. Because don't forget, in Rebels, they bring out Luminara's body to trick Kanan. How did they get their hands on Luminara? Barriss versus Luminara.
No, but I think it's Filoni. I think he'll give them a final showdown.
Maybe, but
I could really see it being Ahsoka and Barriss.
Although in the trailer, though, you do have the Inquisitor that Ahsoka fought in her Tales of the Jedi, which is one of the coolest Inquisitors ever.
Yes, my favorite Sith thing ever. And he stood next to Marek, who's the Inquisitor from Ahsoka.
Yes.
So yeah, I think So there's such a good side tangent. I think we're going to learn a lot about the Inquisitors from the point of view of Barriss. I have been on and off for a couple of weeks listening to Rise of the Red Blade.
Okay, yeah.
It's savage. It's completely savage.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I'm listening to it on Spotify because it's on there. My God, it's just not what I was expecting it to be. Like, it has a trigger warning at the start.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's no spoilers for the book because I've not got to any really spoilerific places. But it opens being like, trigger warning. Just so you know, a character takes their own life in this book. It's just like, this isn't something we've really seen in the Star Wars universe. Okay. It's this whole thing. And I was like, oh, right, okay. Yeah, man, it's just about this really angry Jedi on Coruscant who makes friends with a Scottish space janitor. That's kind of as far as I've gotten. She's just super angry and messed up somewhere. But so that's been really intriguing for me because I really like the idea of the Inquisitors. I really like the Kinslayer thing. Every time they appear in anything, they look great, except for the Grand Inquisitor, stupidly. Loved the Fifth Brother and Kenobi.
Yep.
So well done. Wish Reva was actually the Seventh Sister.
Yeah.
Because she was great in Rebels. Yeah, man. So more Inquisitors because so Rise of the Red Blade is building up that Inquisitor thing. So we're going to get like 3 episodes, Tell the Empire, about the Inquisitors.
Yeah.
But including who was this mysterious Inquisitor in Ahsoka. And I think we said at the time when we were going through Ahsoka, they were like, he's no one now, but they're going to build on him.
Yes.
He's going to be someone.
Yeah.
So him, the totally rad one from Tales of the Jedi, who I love. It's the coolest design I've ever seen in Star Wars.
Yep.
Him. And the Thrawn stuff, we're going to see how he built his allegiance to the Night Sisters.
Yes. Which I'm very excited to, because having read all of the Thrawn books, plus obviously Rebels and Ahsoka, I love the character. There's a reason why I have a Thrawn deck for Unlimited, because I adore the character. So to see more of it, to build on
Elon Musk. Space Elon Musk. I think it seems to be Tales of the Empire is going to go quite a long way to bridging gaps in Ahsoka.
Yes.
Which I like.
Yep.
I do like, because it's going to be that thing where you're going to watch it, you're suddenly going to go, oh, that's how we know, that's why he's there, or that's what this guy's deal is, or he was alive before and he was reanimated at this point.
Yeah.
If we see Captain Enoch with his sick helmet again,
that'll be cool.
That'll be great. best looking stormtrooper I've ever seen. He was great.
It was awesome.
He didn't do a lot.
It's the Boba Fett effect. He didn't do
It
much.
was the
Didn't say
Boba Fett
much.
effect. Yeah, oh my
Still
God.
was damn cool.
Yeah, the Dante-esque like death mask and stuff.
Oh,
It was great. Not seen Hot Toys do one of him yet, though.
They have done, I think.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen it.
Let me bring it up. Let's see.
Although they did tease today they're doing a new Vader.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, they have done.
Oh, it's a good looking stormtrooper. Like, that's a great looking stormtrooper.
So let me just ping it across.
It's not a Hot Toys Mark 3, by the way, is it?
I mean, there should be.
There should be. It has a button on it that plays music. It would be great. Oh, Dead Rocks. Okay, so maybe we'll see Enoch turn up in Tales of the Empire as well. That would be cool. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, dude. Have a look. Yeah, why did you send me the link to buy it? Tessa's going to see this message. I have no idea what's going on right.
Yeah, because context is key. It's fine. We'll get Matt back in a second. He's like, yeah, I'm going to want this. Guarantee you. Because it does look really bloody cool.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So cool. I always say I'm done with Hot Toys, and then
I still haven't got my first one yet, but I will do.
I completely forgot I got a First Order Stormtrooper in a box. I just randomly remembered it the other day. I was like, oh yeah, I've got another one that's just in storage. I almost, in a moment of not foolishness, I should have done it, but someone was selling the Han and Chewie from A New Hope double pack, like 600 quid. Yeah. Almost just pulled the trigger on it because it's awesome.
Oh, they are cool.
Yeah, Tales of the Empire would be good. Give me some plot holes filled from Ahsoka. That would be great.
Yep. Yeah.
Well,
it's not plot holes per se. It's more just kind of filling in those little gaps that are kind of. It's the bridging. It's more just kind of explaining kind of those between Rebels and Ahsoka. We've got some information, but not much. But again, this is more kind of even before that.
Do you know what? It's the rewatching the MCU effect, where because it's one thing. I'm taking Tess slowly through the whole MCU. She's not seen it before. We went from a year ago being like, "Oh, I don't like those Marvel films," to being like, "These are a triumph of cinema," and I'm like, "Yeah, they're popular for a reason."
Also, if you watch the Avengers, it tells you what Phase 2 is. Like,
yes, it does. Yeah, exactly. But so going back once you've seen all of them, and you pick up the bits now, being like, "Oh yeah, that becomes that, and that's that, and that's that," and like things that aren't necessarily stressed.
No.
Is really, really interesting. So it's going to be like that effect, because after Tales of the Empire, I'll probably go back and rewatch Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, this all makes sense now. Doesn't make sense why Ezra stayed dressed as a stormtrooper all the way onto the ship, but whatever.
It might have been a case of on his way out, he had to fool people still into thinking he was a stormtrooper, but
maybe they won't feel that. But like, it'll be nice to see the Thrawn Alliance with the Night Sisters. Like, that'd be very cool, and more information on Inquisitors, the better, because they're rad. They're just cool.
They are.
I mean, cool, evil space Jedi hunters would be amazing.
Yeah,
I dig it.
It's one of those things. Like, between the Acolyte and Tales of the Empire, there's been a lot of cool hype for, well, May and June, because June 9th for the Acolyte, and I am counting down the days. I very much am. But yeah, May the 4th, though, we also get Phantom Menace coming back out in cinema, which you and I will be seeing, and it will be awesome.
Yeah, same screening. We're going to be playing Star Wars Unlimited all day, then going down to watch Phantom Menace in the cinema. My God.
Wizard.
It is going to be wizard. It's going to be a really good day. Fire Realms, they're doing a themed Star Wars menu as well.
Oh,
Like Gary sent me a sneak peek of the menu. He's cracked out to do blue milk. To be able to order blue milk.
okay.
And there's various other Star Wars themed food items they're doing on the day, which will be very, very cool. It'll be a very good day. I'm looking forward to it. And then, of course, there's free comic book day as well. So we'll be opening around the corner to Paradox and just grab all the free stuff.
And there's a Star Wars one for that.
There is a Star Wars one for that, yeah. It's very exciting stuff. So that's going to be a very exciting day. I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that, actually. That's going to be great. Sweet.
Well, that's about the time we have for this evening. We'll probably be back next week, the three of us. Don't know what we'll talk about then, but we'll find out something along the way. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you all then. Bye.
Laters.